Shields, no Diamond to Shields as well. For Connecticut, their usual five. It's Turner against Jones. Make no mistake, we know Chicago needs a victory tonight to keep their postseason hopes alive. Needs some help around the league. Need New York to beat Atlanta. And for the Fever to beat the Mystics. Nice gentle lay-in by Izzy Harrison.
I don't know if I've ever heard a lay-in called gentle, but I like the way you said it. However, the pump fake was excellent. There's nothing gentle about it.
The Sky in 2 meetings with Connecticut, while the Sun have won both. They've played competitive games. Ty Harris, the answer.
Each game against Chicago has been decided by single digits. This is a very good Chicago Sky team. However, it's a team that looks completely different. No Kennedy Carter, no Diamond Shields, no Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso, all out tonight. So the Sun are kind of having to prepare for a different team, even though they've already played a bunch this season.
Shot clock at 4. Rachel Banham, the former member of the Sun, comes up empty. Had a nice game against Atlanta on Tuesday. 22 points on 6 of 10 shooting from distance. Bonner is doubled. Thomas left open with the right hand, too strong. Rachel Banham and Mariah Jefferson now playing for the Sky, a part of that mid-season blockbuster deal for Connecticut to acquire Marina Mabry. Onyenwere almost did a full split, kept the pivot foot, and we're going back the other way. Offensive foul set in the screen, Onyenwere. Stephanie White set to wrap up her second full year with the Connecticut Sun. It's a business-like approach today, Megan, for her squad.
She looked exactly the same as she has before every single game. Business as usual. Her message has been the same for every single game we've talked about. Communicating defensively and moving the ball with pace. She wants to get multiple possessions scoring. In the playoffs, yes, the Sun have to play defense as Carrington gets the ball to go, but they have to score consistently with some of these top teams in the league.
She wants to see a high assist to field goal ratio. And the Sun have made 2 buckets, both assisted. Harris and Carrington, their new starters in the backcourt entering the year. Bonner with the steal. Sun get out and run. Thomas, a crisp chest pass to Carrington. Chisels out a spot on the baseline and operates, kicks it out. DeWanna Bonner coming in, looking to make some history. Thomas lays it home, freed up down the runway.
That possession all happened because of the ball screen communication defensively. Bonner got all the way back to her spot, was able to steal it, come down and make a play.
3 different scores for Connecticut in the first 2.5 minutes. A building that has been kind to them. The Sun 13-6 at home. They've won 80% of their home games the last half-decade. Too many steps, Onyenwere.
The defense is flustering. Connecticut has not consistently come out this season and thrown the first punch, but today they've got a lot of juice in this first quarter. This has to make Stephanie White happy, seeing her team come out with a lot of energy in this final regular season game.
Not the case for Teresa Weatherspoon, the first-year head coach of the Sky, former director of player and franchise development with the Liberty, and then most recently the New Orleans Pelicans assistant coach. Slipped the bounce pass. Bonner takes the pass, drives. Bonner flips it up strong. And corralled by Chicago. An exceptional rebounding team. They racked up 10 offensive boards the other night. Allen leaps. Can't hit. Numbers here for Connecticut. Should they push? Carrington gallops down the right side and reverses it up and in.
Dejanay Carrington is going to be an X factor for the Sun these next couple of weeks in the playoffs. She has to get going. From a momentum and confidence standpoint, it's big to see one go in.
Right around the same spot where she found a rhythm in the fourth quarter against Minnesota Tuesday. 7 of her 9 points came in that fourth quarter. And had it not been for DeWanna making that surge, I don't know if Connecticut gets back in that game Tuesday.
At the end of the day, DeWanna Bonner is experienced. She's played a lot of minutes. She's won championships. She understands what it's like to compete in this league. I'm personally not worried about her not making a ton of shots if she misses them here and there, because great shooters have short-term memory. You got to forget every miss. You always think you're making the next one.
Season, all 12 teams are in action. We will keep you updated with scores around the league. Chicago needs a win over Connecticut tonight. New York to beat Atlanta, and Indiana to beat Washington. The Fever opening eyes, an 11-0 lead in Washington just 3 minutes in. Michaela Onyenwere. You play on. Kayla Davis has checked in, playing in just her 4th game with the Sky this year. Skip pass to Davis with the right, floats it up and in. First points in a Sky uniform.
Davis has been in and out of the Sky organization throughout the years because she understands the system. And I love how she just comes in right away, making an impact at the rim.
Carrington, deep post position, pounds the ball and knocked out of bounds by Bantam. Stays with Connecticut, 11 to shoot. Bonner leans into a J, no foul, tried to draw one. Allen had 16 the other night against Atlanta. He's put together a nice run, some consistency for Weatherspoon. Jones and Carrington converge to block the shot.
Defensively, Connecticut moving on the flight of the ball. Everyone's head's on a swivel. Defensively, here comes the cut. 1-2. I mean, who's going to get credit on that block?
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to get awarded half a block. I don't know. Don't let me be in charge of stats.
My mind went towards volleyball, like middle block.
Well, that's more of what the sport probably was. That's fair.
No, but I got your vibe.
It's football season now, right?
Yeah, you're right. Marina Mabry into the ball game for Connecticut. An impressive 15 points per game off the bench. Mabry playing in her 16th game with the Sun. 13th off the bench, the former member of the Sky.
I've been impressed with how Mabry's come in and made an immediate impact. Her IQ is off the charts. It's hard to switch roles. She's used to starting. In fact, she started for the Chicago Sky for her year and a half there. But now she's coming in off the bench, having to learn how to adjust to that new role, and I would say she's adjusted quickly.
It's been 3 years since she was a normal reserve. That was in Dallas. And the Sky acquired Mabry in a 4-team trade. And in July, at the end of the first half of the year, Connecticut made the call. They said, you know what? We're good with the picks. Here's Jefferson, here's Bantam. We're going for it. Chips cashed in. Thomas is guarding Allen, just shielding her.
Wow.
Deep post. Nice move by Turner. It was a tight window.
Allen makes some unbelievable passes. She's got an underrated pass game in this league, perfectly threading the needle in stride.
Well, Chicago has put it together now out of the timeout. Mabry high off glass. Collected by Jones. Second chance for Connecticut. Alyssa Thomas off one leg, lobs to Carrington. Missed the lay. Rebound Harrison. And the Sun have cooled off since an 8-2 lead. In the lead, a 6-0 Chicago run. Harrison. We talked to Teresa Witherspoon before the game. She's a walking double-double, Harrison, when she's healthy. Harrison
can stretch the floor. She can also take it off the dribble. Has quickness and can take some of those bigger post players like Bree Jones off the dribble and beat them with their quickness. But Ty Harris, something we've seen her do all season long, that little pull-up jumper.
Harris has found her three-point stroke the last 2 games, has made 7 of 13. That was a long 2 to stop the cold spell for Connecticut. Shot clock winding, 7 seconds for Davis, spins into a jumper, short iron, Carrington clears. Thomas rolls off the pick, skip pass, Harris, Carrington tees one up.
Shot doesn't go in, but really good ball movement by Connecticut. Everybody got a touch, and the ball moved with pace that possession.
Stephanie White has urged her team all year. Connectivity on and off the floor. That's what great teams do. Mabry threads the needle, bouncer to Carrington, but missed the layup. Harris is open for 3. Count.
Well, you know, if you do the math, Brendan, 3 is more than 2. So you miss a layup. Carrington doing a nice job getting it out to the open shooter.
Ty Harris with 7 points. The Sun acquired her ahead of last year, and then before this season, made sure to ink her to a contract extension. She had a very productive offseason, putting on some muscle and in the weight room to be ready for the starting point guard role.
The vision right here. Beautiful pass from Mabry in stride. Carrington has a break. Love how Carrington stays with it. Get the rebound. Don't go back up with it. Good decision. Pass it out to the hot hand, Ty Harris.
Jefferson and Dana Evans join Harrison, Turner, and Davis. Jefferson played in just 9 games with Connecticut before being traded to the Chicago Sky. Davis loses it on the baseline. Sun basketball. By surprise, because we never got a chance to see Jefferson sink her teeth into the operation here. And Banham had a breakout game against Phoenix, drilled 8 threes, and then 2 games later, she's going to Chicago.
We were all getting on an airplane going to Phoenix for the All-Star game,
right.
And we all got notification. Veronica Burton, man, knocking down threes. That is somebody offensively who Connecticut is going to need to come in off the bench. She provides everything you want defensively, but if she can continue knocking down threes, that is a lethal reserve to have in the playoffs.
She is one of the great stories in the league this year, why perseverance matters, even though your initial stop in camp might not work out. Burton stuck with it, stayed ready, and signed with the Connecticut Sun at the beginning of June. Was cut by the wings in training camp.
You know how smart the Sun looked, getting Marina Mabry and Veronica Burton.
A lot of new players with the core. Harris leans and got it to go. 9 for Harris in the first.
I love how Harris has developed this season. She is so much more confident looking for her shot in the second half. First half, a little timid, letting the game come to her, but now she's attacking aggressively and getting into a rhythm.
Hasn't missed a shot, 4 of 4 from the floor. We approach a minute left in the first. Davis catch and shoot, swish.
Keep in mind, this is a game for Kayla Davis where she's trying to prove that she deserves a permanent roster spot on the Chicago team. This is a big time for her to make these shots and get within this offensive rhythm.
Her 6th season out of South Carolina. Just her 4th game with the Sky. Thomas breaks loose and logs her 2nd field goal. 7-point lead for the Sun. Keeping our eyes around the league, Atlanta leads New York by 6 at the end of one of the Dream win tonight. They are the 8th seed. This result won't matter for the Sky. Jefferson pounces, kicks it out. Turner got it. And the good news for Chicago is Indiana leads Washington by 10 as the first quarter winds down.
We're going to be keeping a close eye on those games across the league today.
Keep the foam battery fresh. Mabry off the heel. Chicago can hold for the final shot. Jefferson loses the handle. Jefferson and Harris, wise move by Harris to create a jump ball situation. Juana Bonner checks in for Connecticut. Listen, Thomas to the Sun bench. Who you got here, Harris or Jefferson?
Well, I like the music choice, jump, jump. I'll go Harris. What about you?
Mariah. Oh, let's go.
You won. I'll pay up later.
We'll double or nothing later. 2 seconds for Harrison. Stays with it, but the Sun defense locks in. 5-point lead for Connecticut at the end of one. It's the regular season finale. As we rejoin you here at Mohegan Sun Arena, Brendan Glasheen, Megan McEwen, and Tarika Foster-Brasby. Is it just me, or do you have a popsicle headache thinking through all these scenarios?
Well, I was just thinking about how Washington got down 11-0 to Indiana, then cut it to 2, and how Olivia Nelson-Odota's footwork was elite on that play down low in the block. Call that a brain freeze. I don't know.
Huh. Well, your brain cells click way faster than mine. Nice looking shot by Evans, who shoots it at 38% this year. Oh, and she steals the inbounds play. Not a heads-up move by Connecticut. 5 in a row for Evans. 2-point game. He's fast enough to keep up with that.
Now my brain is frozen.
On the slip pass, Burton hits the 3, but there's a foul. Carrington is connected at the face.
Oh yeah, just right into, almost looked like she ran into Mariah Jefferson's hip. hurts. Anything in the face, ouch.
First on Jefferson, backdoor, Bonner, power dribble, lays it in.
I love how Mabry just tossed it up there and let Bonner go get it. Even though she wasn't fully through to the screen, Mabry threw it to the spot she knew Bonner could still get to.
We're in game number 16 of the Mabry experience, and yet, while her shooting has been dynamite, her ability to create as a facilitator has stood out. Evans comes back down and scores and the foul.
I like how you're calling it the Mabry experience. Or would you say experiment?
Experience.
Experience, no. Sounds like a ride at Disney World.
Or like a rap album.
Well, it's been a pretty good experience for the Sun so far.
Yes. Evans at the stripe, completes the three-point play. It's down to 1. Oh, and this is what Stephanie White has been thinking about doing more, and that's having Mabry run the point. She gets it right back and knocked out of bounds by Davis, who's been very productive for Chicago players in their draft class. Off the leg of Dejanay Carrington. It's Chicago ball. We check in with Tarika.
Chicago team. She actually led the team in scoring with 24 points. And earlier today, you know, Stephanie White said she's just not a regular guard. She's a bit different. She moves the ball differently. She sees the floor differently, and the way she can create her shot is just different.
Bonner gets one to go. Mabry found her in stride.
Mabry's IQ showing up on that possession, getting open shooters the ball. And for Bonner to see that go through, that feels really good when you haven't had a couple go through yet.
Bonner was yelling for the ball. Like she was doing a jumping jack on the sideline. Jab step, lobs to Nelson Adota, sticks with the play, and just tossed it up off balance.
She was hoping to get a foul called.
Onyenwere. Bonner leads the charge. Coming in hot. Knocked out by Turner, one of the top defenders in the league. Brianna Turner out of Notre Dame, same as Marina Mabry. Still Sun basketball. Mabry carves out a spot. Couldn't get it to go. Dana Evans with 8 points off the bench to lead Chicago. Now Turner faces up, Irish against Irish. Mariah Jefferson off the dribble. Fadeaway jumper.
Olivia Nelson-Ododa has played some excellent minutes in the second half of the WNBA season. She's in the right spots defensively, and she's rebounding at such a high level right now.
Nelson-Ododa thinking back now to training camp, had a really strong offseason in China. Stephanie White said bigger, stronger, faster. And we talked about that with Dejanay Carrington from last year to this year, trying to find your role and be super productive consistently in a limited sample size. And that's why Dejanay has been outstanding this year, because as a starter, 30 minutes a night, more consistent. Nelson-Ododa right on cue, lays it home. Bonner's proud of her there.
Nelson-Ododa keeping her positioning, keeping her balance, stealing the defender on her back. That was a nice finish towards the rim with her shoulders squared.
High assist rate for the Sun tonight. Stephanie White wants that going into the playoffs. 13 buckets, 9 assists. Carrington alters the shot, but Davis will go to the line for 2. There was contact.
DeWanna Bonner showing why she is such a dominant veteran in this league. Elite pass. Right to where only Olivia Nelson-Ododa could catch it, so she can just go up and grab it away from the defense. Love that ball placement by Bonner.
Davis at the line. Again, Chicago needs to win tonight here at Mohegan Sun, and then needs New York to beat Atlanta and Indiana to beat Washington for the Sky to make the playoffs as the 8th seed.
And Washington just took the lead at Indiana. Something to keep an eye on. I feel like I need 7 screens up, like I gotta be at a sports bar or something right now to keep track of everything.
We need quad box.
There we go.
Or octobox. Where's Scott Hansen when you need him? Out of bounds, it's Sun ball on the missed shot. And Chicago It's had its struggles out of the Olympic break. Just 3-12. They had a 7-game losing streak at the end of August into September. And Teresa Weatherspoon's message was, give more. It's our last hurrah, potentially.
It's been tough, too. A lot of injuries in the second half of the season. Chicago was started out as a hot team. Angel Reese exploding in this league early on as a rookie. And right before she got hurt, it was neck and neck between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese for a Rookie of the Year in this league.
In that second week of the year, they beat the Liberty at Barclays Center, and Weatherspoon is well connected there because she was the former director of player and franchise development. Building a culture in Chicago, her squad is on Mohegan.
Game against New York. Get this, Brendan.
Yeah, what?
Sabrina Ionescu, scoreless from the field.
Laney Hamilton and Stewart with nothing. You're going to stay in the hotel for another couple days and start your series on Sunday.
Hey, you don't have to, watch too much film. Have to change the scouting report that much.
Too much film, but we're watching Netflix today. Friendly roll for Michaela Onyenwere. 6th overall pick of the Liberty back in 2021. Has found a home in Chicago as a part of that blockbuster Kalia Copper trade in the offseason. This time of year is great. Like we talked about off the top, Tuesday's game against Minnesota. The feel of what we're expecting for the next month and a half across the league. Carrington wrestles the O board. Nelson Adota flips it up. I don't know if that pass was intended for Harris or Nelson Adota.
It wasn't either, but Nelson Adota, I like her confidence saying, hey, I'm just going to take this one.
Friendly bounce for Harrison. We'll give her a 3.
That's what Coach Weatherspoon loves, that Harrison possesses. The stretch 4 ability, knocking down the 3 that brings the defense out of the paint and opens up a lot on the inside for Chicago offensively.
We are now tied at 29. Izzy Harrison coming off her second double-double of the year, having rebounds against Atlanta. So for the Sun, they'll go Thomas, Jones, Harris, Bonner, and Carrington. And for Chicago, Onyenwere, Harrison, Allen, Davis, and Evans. Midway point, second quarter. A win for Connecticut. They are the 3 seed and welcome in the Indiana Fever on Sunday. Harris is fouled. Looking for more at the line. She's leading the Sun in scoring tonight with 9 points.
Harris has been so aggressive, looking for her shot in this game. I love her in the mid-range, but also reading the defense. When this player comes out, that's your invitation to blow right by them. Harris gets fouled, goes to the line.
The Sun and BuiltSubmarines.com are teaming up to provide access to STEM careers for women. For every made free throw at home this season, $20 will be donated to Girls for Technology, a nonprofit that provides STEM and female mentorship programs across all ages. Ty Harris now in double figures for a 21st time this season. Is a career best. We know Connecticut's a playoff team for the 8th straight year, longest streak going in the WNBA. But as Steph White told us, and honestly, I kind of look back and said she makes a good point. This is a brand new team when you consider the role changes for Harris and Carrington. How instrumental as consistent starters all year.
Well, it's been huge to have this level of consistency. The Sun have sat at the top of the league once. They're in that 1-2-3 spot. And it's because they defend. Offensively, they've been up and down in terms of consistency. However, every single night they have come out and gotten stops. Defense, we talk about wins championships, that old cliche, it holds true. It keeps the Connecticut Sun in a lot of games. However, in this league, you have to be able to score at a high rate consistently, especially come time for the playoffs, which is an area Connecticut's really going to have to focus on the next couple of weeks.
Well, make no mistake, with number 25 here, Alyssa Thomas, if you don't defend, you will not make it here.
No, you will not. She'll let you know about it, too.
The engine keeps this team a well-oiled machine. Thomas up to 7 points. And the Sun lead by 4. Allen absorbed the contact, couldn't put it home. Carrington off to the races, blazing inside. Whoa. It's denied by Izzy Harrison. She's coming on strong in the back end of the year. Jones with a high loft on the left side. Carrington another offensive rebound. It's Chicago ball. 8 rebounds for Carrington already, and there's the finger wag. The newest popular thing from the players in basketball today.
You see it all the time. Every single game.
No challenge needed for Stephanie White. The officials confer, and Eric Bruton, Tiara Cruz, and Jeffrey Smith reverse the call. Sun ball, 14 to shoot. Harris is denied by Allen. 11 on the shot clock now. Chicago, 5 blocks in the first half. Harris, way more space now. Delivers a J, 13 for Harris.
It feels like Harris has made every shot in this quarter. Chicago has to keep an eye on where she is. She was wide open there, untouched. She could have read a newspaper.
Well, she's made 5 of Connecticut's 14 buckets. Sun shooting just 41% from the floor, but out-rebounding Chicago by 5. Remember, no Cardoso, no Reese. Kennedy Carter out for another game with the foot injury.
A lot of points right there on the bench, unfortunately, for the Chicago Sky. A lot of rebounds, too. A lot of double-doubles.
You're talking like 37 points, and like you said, with Cardoso, 10 boards a night, Reese 13 as a rookie. Yet Chicago still has a shot to get in, but they've got to win this game tonight. 5 on the timer. Carrington loops inside. Thomas cleans it up.
Wow. No notes, as the kids would say.
8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Alyssa Thomas, making a case for another WNBA all-first team nod. And it's defensive 3 seconds against Connecticut. Tawana Bonner is beside herself. That is a rare one.
I was going to say, we haven't seen that called a ton this season.
Three seconds leads to a technical foul. So it's on Brianna Jones. They say she was camped out in the paint too long. So Bannum's at the line for 2 free throws. So never mind the 1 free throw for Jones as a result of 3 seconds. Tawana Bonner was also teed up. So that's why Bannum shot 2 free throws. And possession for Chicago as we go under 3 in the first half. Lindsay Allen spins, maneuvers by Harris. What a move by Allen. Her first points of the night.
Fantastic job by Allen, staying low to the ground as well. She got the defense out of its stance.
Harris wants to return the favor. Jump pass to Carrington, thinking about her decision. Allen stays low. Bonner forks around the screen. Hits Thomas. Bounce pass to Jones. Chased down by Bannum. Allen in transition. And a foul away from the ball. It's on Brianna Jones. Chicago hanging around.
Harris coming out of the gates in this game, scoring with some authority, but reading the defense at a high level, understanding where they are positionally, actually coming off the screens. Is the defense on her hip trailing? Should she stop and pop? Her mid-range is
high. Went on a 4-game single-digit scoring skid. She came out the gate firing, right? 14 points averaging over the last 2 games. Career 3 blocks on Tuesday against Minnesota. And Stephanie White said, we know that she's capable of doing this. We just need her to shoot the ball. Her ability to be a scoring point guard is crucial. She just got to remain confident and bring the same energy on offense that she brings on defense.
Crazy to think, too, the Sun have 6 different players any given night who can go off in double figures, Brendan.
Izzy Harrison up to 11 points. Gotta say, you and Tarika's chemistry is just beautiful.
I was gonna say, Brendan, you can take the night off. We're good from here. We got it.
We got this, Brendan.
Load management for me last game.
Load management. I know your back hurts from having to carry me all game already.
Stop it. But I'm not going to keep thinking about that. It'll make you sad.
No, don't think about it.
We got to soak in the last.
Don't be sad. It's coming
22
to an
minutes.
end. Be happy it happened. Isn't that what they say?
That was deep. Yeah, where's that from?
I don't know. Isn't that like on a greeting card or something at Hallmark when things wrap up? I don't know. I haven't been to Hallmark in a while. I'll let you know.
Well, you said that awfully quick. It sounds like you know where that came from.
No, I really don't. But I just like to say things with confidence. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's really my philosophy in life.
Under 2 minutes here in the first half. We're keeping our eyes around the league. 2 other 7 o'clock starts tonight. Atlanta leads New York by 13 at halftime. And the Mystics lead the Fever by 7 at recess. So those 2 situations do not help the Chicago Sky, because if the Dream win and or the Mystics win, Chicago's result here tonight does not matter. They need to beat Connecticut, and they need the Liberty and the Fever to win their games to make the playoffs as the 8 seed. 3 spots are undetermined: the 3, the 4, and the 8.
This is how it should be, though. Last day of the regular season, things shouldn't be in order. I love how chaotic and how good this league has been from May to now.
Dawana Bonner up to 7 points, now 11 away from becoming the 3rd all-time leading scorer in league history. Banham throws it away. It's a foot race. Thomas gets there. Good luck catching the engine. 10 for Thomas.
She looked like a superhero stretching out to make that layup on the other side.
Now Jones gets the hands in. 4 against 1. Bonner hits Thomas midair. Shot is altered, and with the right-handed flip, got fouled. 2 free throws.
Alyssa Thomas looked like she was at a track meet right now, almost like she was starting in the blocks as soon as she took off into this sprint, beating everybody in a Sky jersey down the floor, finishes on the other side with ease. She makes that look really easy, Brendan. I can tell you right now, that is not an easy finish.
First miss at the line tonight for Connecticut. Thomas on her way to, at the very least, an all-second team nod. Averaging close to a triple-double once again, about 11 points, 9 boards, 8 assists. 3 triple-doubles this year, 1 ahead of Caitlin Clark for the league lead.
Every game, it feels like Alyssa Thomas could have a triple-double. You look at her stats, like, oh, she almost had one here, almost had one there. She flirts with a triple-double all night.
I really believe the league should install some sort of red zone. We're doing it with games, but Thomas and some of the other stars around the league flirting with those numbers. With 5, Bonner from deep. Offensive board, Thomas. It's been her night. A swish from the baseline. Allen with 1 second. Blocked by Harris. 5th block for the Sun. Alyssa Thomas. A thing of beauty. Broadcasts. We'll give them their shine later on.
One shiny moment.
For a TV crew, that'd be great. Bonner fires a 3. It's off the heel. Dawana Bonner sitting on 7 points tonight. Needs 11 more to climb into 3rd all-time on the WNBA scoring list. She trails Tina Thompson. Tina Charles, by the way, in action for the Atlanta Dream tonight. She's the 2nd all-time leading scorer. Charles became the W's all-time leading rebounder earlier. I'll tell you, that Atlanta team, a lot of folks thought going into the year when they put that new personnel together, they could be dangerous. But with injuries all season to Howard, to Canada, they have had a clunky year. There's Bonner up to 9. She is hunting for her shot. And never mind the milestone, but Stephanie White even said this. The Sun need Bonner to be great to make a run to the finals. Carrington in transition leads to a Chicago timeout. It's the biggest lead for Connecticut tonight. I have Sun by 15. Brendan Glasheen, Megan McEwen, Tarika Foster-Brasby. Thanks for being with us not only tonight but all season long for Sun basketball on NBC Sports Boston. Keeping our eyes on the other two 7 p.m. tips in the WNBA. Atlanta all over New York, leading by 18. Atlanta wins, they get the 8 seed. So that eliminates Chicago and Washington. Mystics by 15 early third quarter. The season opener here against the Indiana Fever. Bonner moved from 6th to 5th all time. Onyenwere spots up and drills a 3.
Nice spacing from Chicago that possession and moving the ball with a little bit of pace to force Connecticut to get into a scramble situation.
Kayla Onyenwere, 38% from deep this year. Her 25th made 3. Rookie of the year in the WNBA back in 2021. Bonner, yep. Okay, here she comes, 11 points.
Alyssa Thomas with the biggest smile on her face after Tawana Bonner just knocked that shot down too.
She would love this moment for her partner in crime in year 15, 37 years old. Tawana Bonner, a 2-time champion, wants to deliver for Connecticut. Banham, rebound Bonner. That area of her game has been impressive according to Stephanie White. Finds Thomas. Outlet, Bree Jones. We haven't called her name much tonight. Left it short as Carrington crashed the glass. She gets wrapped up with Harrison. Fouls on Carrington.
Bree Jones hasn't had a ton of space to move tonight. Chicago's kind of packed it in and made it really crowded in the paint. So Jones just hasn't had very good looks and touches when she has gotten the ball.
A unified effort with Camila Cardoso out. Was listed as doubtful coming into the game, and you know Angel Reese has now missed the last 6 games with the wrist injury. Allen searching to find a way to get it to Turner. She does. Turner falls away. Couldn't bank it home. Reset for Chicago. Bonner's length is disruptive here. 5 now on the timer. Jones stands tall. Here come the Sun. Thomas. Now wants to take it at Onyenwere. Cutting off the ball, Bonner. But the Sun lose it. Allen dashes to the rim. Nice move by Lindsay Allen. Sun led by 15 earlier in the quarter, and Chicago cuts it back to 12.
Stephanie White can try to rest some starters, get their legs up. They got to get ready to play here on Sunday in the playoffs.
Brianna Turner fouls Bree Jones from behind. It's her 3rd. This Sky team often finds itself in foul trouble. Onyenwere, Turner, and Allen each have 3 fouls. They're only playing with 8 players tonight. Kennedy Carter's out, Cardoso out. We mentioned Reese being out. No Elizabeth Williams, thanks to meniscus surgery.
If you look at their bench right now, they have more players in street clothes than they have in uniforms right now ready to play. It's been a tough year for Chicago in terms of the injury bug.
Brianna Jones is like, finally, some free throws. Angel Reese has been holding on to the box scores these last few games. It's been quite entertaining, and she's a pro, hiding what she's saying.
She knows. She's been everywhere, too, and has handled her.
Spoon before the game, she said of Angel Reese getting the nod for the Sports Illustrated cover. It helps our organization. It's earned recognition. Everything. She kept using that word, earned. Angel has came into this league with a lot of confidence and earned everything she's been recognized for.
Starting out the year, Angel Reese was the most consistent rookie in this league. I mean, she came in double-double after double-double, and her ability to play at a physical level in addition to that rebounding. I mean, she came from the SEC. It's a physical league. They're used to having that level every single night, and that's the hardest adjustment rookies have to make when they come into the league, the pace and the physicality. And Angel Reese just came in and dominated early on. Her numbers, unbelievable. I mean, look at that. 13 and 13. She led the league in rebounding almost all season long as a rookie, and then one of the hardest league in the world. Credit to the rookie season she put together, and it's just the start for her.
And I think we see this with a lot of bigs across the league. I think the offensive game is going to come along just fine. Carrington draws a blocking foul. I think the entire rookie class overall has lived up to what we expected and then some.
It's been such a fun year. When you think about the job Caitlin Clark has done in Indiana, she came in with the highest of high expectations. In this second half of the WNBA season, she's going to get some WNBA MVP votes because of how well she has played since the All-Star break. You look at what Rickea Jackson has done in LA. I mean, she is so smooth and poised, nothing rattles her. She's been, and if her team was in playoff contention, everybody nationally would be talking a lot more about what she's done. But make no mistake, she's had an excellent rookie season.
Ty Harris in year 5 out of South Carolina. Team leader in scoring tonight with 15. Oh, Rickea Jackson, when the Sun were out in LA last week, Jackson, the level of difficulty on some of her shots, the polish in her game.
It's pretty.
Very
so pretty to watch.
Looks like she's been in the league a long time. She'll make a living in that 15-feet area.
You talk about Aaliyah Edwards, too, in Washington, what she's been able to do. The Mystics starting out this season, it couldn't have gotten any worse, and now they're in a position where they're fighting to play in the league. It's the hardest league in the world. It takes time, but these rookies have not needed nearly as much time.
Edwards is out tonight for Washington, leading Indiana by 15 points. And Atlanta now holds a 20-point lead on New York. If Atlanta wins tonight, which is looking very likely, the Dream get the 8 seed, so therefore it wouldn't matter what the Mystics do or what Chicago does tonight, but those teams are giving it their all, and makes sense why all these games started at the same time tonight.
I tell you what, New York down 20 at home to Atlanta right now.
And they played their starters.
It's unbelievable.
Well, if we talked to Stephanie White about momentum and wanting to be playing well going in, the Sun have not lost 3 in a row all year. This season, 8-3 off a loss. And the Liberty, they were in the finals last year. So I don't think anyone's thinking, well, no matter what happens tonight, they're not counting them out to win the championship, but you'd rather be playing well off a win. And you're facing the same team again in 3 days.
I know, you don't even have to leave. That's just wild. Again, on the road, it's so difficult to win road games in this league. And Atlanta right now playing with a lot of momentum. Ever since the All-Star break, really, they've had a lot of spice to their game.
Oh, they certainly recognized urgency. That word gets thrown around a lot, but definitely the case. Mabry from way outside. It rattles in. Carrington loves it. Supportive teammates.
That's how it should be.
Well, I'm just referencing previous skirmishes.
Oh, no. I knew what you were referencing.
You put the same uniform on.
I was picking up what you were putting down.
All goes out the window. And I mean that genuinely. They have been fun to watch in shoot-arounds and workouts between games. Bonner wants to go to work. Push pass. Harris. Offensive board, Sun. Picked off by Jefferson. Former UConn Husky. In her 8th year, Jefferson was in Phoenix a year ago. And then with the Connecticut Sun to start the year. Injury bug got to her, and then she was in the Mabry trade. Onyenwere pulls up. As we come up on 3 minutes to go, it's a 20-point game. Tawana Bonner needs 7 more points to reach third all time. Mabry says, hold on, transition tray. Money Mabry to build the lead to 20. Evans has been stuck on 8 points, had all 8 of those in the first half. Nelson Adota and Burton on the floor with Carrington, Mabry, and Bonner. Olivia Nelson Adota with the left-handed flick.
I can't say enough good things about Olivia Nelson Adota, especially in the second half of the season. She's been confident defensively. She's been in the right positions, altering shots and getting rebounds. And offensively, she's fighting for every single board, keeping her shoulders squared.
Shot clock winding, 8 seconds for Dana Evans. 3 to shoot. Stolen by Nelson Adota. Mabry for three. Carrington, sneak attack. Bonner passed it up. She had a look there, I thought. Throws it out of bounds. You can see the intention, though, these last few weeks, including the road trip out west for the Sun. They went 3-1, and even the Minnesota game, their execution down the stretch. While you don't want to play the moral victory game with the veteran team, I thought those last few minutes for the Sun were minutes they could build on for the fall because they need to execute late. You've talked about this a lot with the offensive execution.
They look locked in, and they're making the right play. And even if the shot doesn't go in necessarily, they're not taking bad shots, which is huge for a playoff team.
90 seconds to go in the third. Izzy Harrison faces up. And for the second time tonight, defensive 3 seconds against Connecticut.
It's crazy. I mean, like, look, this is 100% a rule. This season, in our games we've done, we haven't seen it called very much. But it's a good reminder before the playoffs. You got to get out.
Harrison shoots the free throw. Just one. The last time we had it, Tawana Bonner picked up a tech, and that's why there was a second free throw awarded to Chicago. Remains Sky ball. Chicago tonight, 13 turnovers resulting in 20 points. That's what did them in against the Sun at the end of August. The Sky had 19 turnovers, 27 Sun points. Bonner transition three. Okay, I agree with Stephanie White. When that one went up, I thought it was going in. That's what Coach White says. Oh, Mabry rips it away from Harrison. She sticks out her tongue. She's got a grin on her face. Push it, Burton. Yeah! She can play defense, too. It's not just her offensive addition. On the rebound.
Connecticut, one and done, one and done, one and done. Defensively.
Outscoring the Sky 23-6 in this third quarter.
Marina Mabry all over the floor right now for the Connecticut Sun defensively. Look, she just takes this. It's like a big sister taking it from the little sister on the playground. And then smiling, laughing the whole way down. Veronica Burton set up, feet set, shoulders squared, bada bing, bada boom, and give me the ball. I'm taller than you and I'm older than you.
I hope she's not listening.
Oh, it probably isn't actually.
Well, for viewership purposes, I hope she's listening. That makes sense, but.
She's probably tuned in on League Pass.
The dig you just gave her?
Come on, Allie McEwen.
28-point game, 6 seconds to spare. Chicago, just 2 shots here have gone in the quarter. Lockdown defense by the Sun. Join Mabry, Carrington, Burton, and Nelson Adota. So the core three in Jones, Bonner, and Thomas, as well as Ty Harris on Connecticut's bench.
Coach White's right. They can't afford to let any momentum die down right now. Defensively, Connecticut has been on point, especially in that third quarter, keeping the Sky to one and done. They have to continue valuing defensive possessions, making all the right slides and communicating.
At some point during this playoff run, too, for Connecticut, Nelson Adota and Burton, most specifically, they're going to be called upon for some role. So I think you'd agree, these minutes with Mabry running the second unit, super important when you have to give Bonner a second or give Thomas a rest because of foul trouble. Those players, that 6th, 7th, 8th woman, huge roles.
Well, Veronica Burton especially because of that ability to defend Marina Mabry at this point. I mean, this roof's going to come off the building if she makes another shot like that. But Veronica Burton defensively provides so much. And now offensively, she's getting her confidence shooting the ball. That's going to be a big piece for Connecticut's success in the postseason.
Feels like Mabry has 30 tonight, but only 8 points. All of her points in the second half. Yeah, all of her points in the second half.
Oh. She's got a block. Look at this. 2 steals, a block, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. Just stuff in the stat sheet.
She's a 5'11" guard. She's such a unique player. Cheryl Reed the other night when the Sun played Minnesota, she called her crafty.
I'd agree with that. It's a good adjective.
But I think that speaks to both sides. Nelson Adota, the two-handed volleyball block. Carrington, Euros, and lofts it up and in.
This is the pace that is good for Connecticut to play with in transition, fast, pushing the ball. And it looks like Isabel Harrison lost his shoe down here. That's the worst, by the way.
Mike Miller style, NBA Finals.
There we go.
Oh! Do fall. How do you do? Burton to Carrington again. 12 and 11 for Carrington, just her second double-double of the year. Timeout, Chicago.
I mean, my jaw's on the floor. Asudu Fall getting herself into position. 1-2, boom. Oh, my goodness. That block was insane. And then a nice job by Burton baiting two defenders to get a more open lane.
Keeping you posted around the WNBA. Under 7 minutes left regulation. The Liberty at one point trailed by 20. They've now cut into the deficit, down 13 to the Dream. If Atlanta wins, the Dream become the 8th seed. And the results in this game and in Washington get thrown out the window. Mystics lead the Fever by 10 late fourth quarter. For Chicago's sake, they need to win tonight. New York to beat Atlanta, and for...
Really couldn't play this entire offseason. She said, you know, in order for me to just get back in shape, I didn't just sit around. I had to work on ball handling, work on watching film, watch on getting better at shooting. And so if you're out there and you're a voter and you're thinking about most improved player, this is one of those players that you look at and you say, you really have gone through a lot to get to this stage, and she's showing it up every day on the court.
That's a great point, Tarika. And when you look at defending on the perimeter in the WNBA, these guards are so talented and so quick. DJ Carrington is finding ways to cut down angles, stay in front, and force turnovers against the top talent in the league. It's definitely worthy of a look for most improved player of the year.
Climbs the ladder for her 12th rebound. Stephanie White calls her the juice. Pushing pace, Nelson Adota has 8 points. Connecticut's bench has come to play. 22 points from Mabry, Nelson Adota, and Burton combined. Evans knocks down a 3. Third member of the Sky in double figures. Evans with 11. For Connecticut, Ty Harris, who is at the scorer's table, the leader with 15. Thomas with 13, Carrington 12, and Bonner 11. Oh, denied by Turner.
That crossover was sick. I'll get a call into the coach there, see what we can do.
Hopefully he picks up.
One could hope.
Onyenwere off the mark, turnaround jumper just a bit short. 28-point lead for Connecticut on their way to their 28th win of the season. Last year they won 27 games in 40 tries. Eerily similar to what they did last year. They went 13-7 at home and 14-6 on the road. This year, 14-6 on the road. Chance to go to 14-7, 14-6 here at home. Davis with the head fake. Touches every piece of the iron. As we go under 6. Atlanta by 13 against New York at Barclays Center. And Washington by 7. Home hosting the Fever. Nelson Adota into double figures. 5 Sun players in double digits tonight. And not your typical customers. Davis off 1 foot. Making a case. We talked about this a lot when the Sun were in LA last week. Despite the record, they're out of it. They have the best odds at the #1 pick. You're playing for jobs. You're playing for your next job, possibly.
Really needs is 12 points. She's making hard, high-level shots. It's difficult in this league, only 144 spots. That's going to expand. How about the announcement about getting yet another team coming into this league?
Portland on its way in a couple years.
But still, at the moment, there are 144 spots. So this is every time you get on the floor, it's a tryout.
Mabry. I don't know what Dejanay Carrington just did as a post-shot celebration, but I liked it. That was good.
The bench celebrations have been on point tonight for the Connecticut Sun.
Mabry's the 6th Sun in double digits now, scoring. Fall nearly chipped at the basketball. She's running the floor hard. Harris at the controls for the Sun. Push past Nelson Adota, playing with a lot of confidence. They won't count the shot.
This is such an important game for Olivia Nelson Adota because they need her playing well headed into the playoffs. When it comes to foul situations, you got to have depth in the post player position in this league, especially come time for the playoffs. Fantastic job by her, hunting for her shot, being confident offensively, and defensively, she's made all the right slides.
All right, so they decided to award Nelson Adota continuation, so count the hoop. Fouls on Turner, her 4th. Sky only 8 players tonight. No Kennedy Carter, no Camila Cardoso. Those players are both game-time decisions. And not to mention, no DeShields, no Williams, and no Angel Reese. Ball knocked out of bounds. We'll stay over here. Chicago ball. Caitlin Bickle checks in for Ty Harris. So it's a second unit special for Connecticut. Bickle, an undrafted free agent signing last year, was with the Sun in training camp, but making her actual game action debut this season. 8th game with the Sun. Mabry. Oh, so smooth.
Mabry, she gets her shoulder squared back to the basket so quickly. So her body's going one way, but she still always finds a way to whip her shoulders back around so she's on balance taking the shot.
So effortless. Balanced score sheet too. 12 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Is that the third defensive 3-second violation? Some people at home probably just held their breath and said, what?
What? They might not play Sunday?
They do reset for the playoffs, by the way.
True. I don't think anyone for Connecticut was in any danger.
No.
Final day of the regular season in the WNBA. All 12 teams in action. Minnesota and Los Angeles are off and running. The Sparks lead is the 8th seed. Eliminates Chicago and Washington. Sun leading by 33. And a win secures the 3 seed. The result of Vegas-Dallas will no longer have implications.
Nice pass.
Nelson Adota is oozing confidence on the floor. Commits a reach-in foul from behind. Was a successful Sun challenge, by the way, which no clear indication of possession. That's why they jumped the ball up. We came back from commercial break. 6 members of the Sun in double figures, led by Ty Harris with 15 points. For Chicago, undermanned, just 8 players in this game playing tonight. No Cardoso, no Carter. There was Reese, DeShields, and Williams. Evans lays it in. Second unit on the floor for the Sun.
They've been able to play a lot of minutes tonight. It's been good to get them confident, give them a little bit of juice headed into the playoffs.
Mabry has had 12 points in the second half. Nelson Adota is hammered. They let him play on.
Mabry's passing has been excellent in this game. She's delivering the ball right to where only her teammates can catch it in stride. Even though the last couple of buckets have been misses or blocks, could have been fouls maybe, she's still hitting them perfectly when they move.
Shot clock winding, 6 seconds for Davis. Disrupted by Dufall.
She's been like the world's best shot blocker in this game since she's come in.
Good. 2 blocks.
Excellent job.
All year she had 2 in her previous 21 games appear. Speaks to the difficulty of cracking a spot in a rotation. Bickle for 3. Hasn't scored yet in a Sun uniform. In her career, nevertheless. We go under 2 minutes. Again, folks, Sun fans tuning in, ConnecticutSun.com to get your tickets for Sunday's playoff action. Harrison, no. Postseason starts Sunday, time TBD, but it's going to be Sun fever on Sunday afternoon, best of 3.
Buckle up, it's going to be a blast.
Mabry's pass knocked away out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Want to hand out some thank yous. We've had a fantastic year here on NBC Sports Boston, our partner for the 2nd straight year for Sun basketball. Our outstanding crew, led by the folks in Waunakee, Wisconsin, Rush Media, Jess Icor, Sam Cohen, Max Underhill, helping us out, doing their thing. Out back, Nora Malig has done a fantastic job, as well as Gazwick Joseph. They've been holding down the fort. Chris Nicini, Mark Wilcox, Winfield Dobrug, Tim Rooney. Our audio folks, Video One, our camera crew, Paul Coleman, Mark Sotz, Mark Soteropoulos, Pete, Andy, Jeff. Appreciate the work you guys do during the game on the scoreboard bug. That keeps you informed as a viewer.
Most importantly, Brendan, like, this crew cares about this product and the WNBA in this league, and that's what makes it so special to come to work every single day.
Michelle Schlickman, our TD, our outstanding producer, Andy Bach, who has been with us now for the last couple years, Andy, Eric Singer. They've allowed us to do our jobs really well. They make it a fun-filled environment. We keep it loose. We have some fun. We want to be informative.
Hey,
And,
shout out Andy Bach, one of the best producers in the country in all sports, too.
Does a ton of games, college basketball, pro basketball. Keeps the summer fun. There's Dew Fall, a nice moment for her. Final 30 seconds. And, of course, to you guys, Tarika, Idona Thaki, Ashley Battle, you, Megan. This doesn't feel like work. We have a lot of fun when we come here for each and every game.
Hey, some people are saying you're the voice of the year, Brendan, and I couldn't agree more. You've been quite the partner. I'm so thankful and grateful we've been able to do this, and what a great way to cap off the season for the Connecticut Sun as they get ready to have what's going to be a great playoff run.
No doubt about it. It's not that hard when you come to work and you call games for a team that wins 75% of their games every year, and that's what they're going to do in 2024. Sun will take the shot clock violation. 2.2 to go, on their way to their 28th win in 40 games. The Connecticut Sun are the 3 seed in the 2024 WNBA playoffs. They get started on Sunday afternoon.
Năm 93 là tôi đã có Nguyên Thái, tôi chạy thì không biết rồi, chưa vợ con gì. Năm 93
năm 99 cao thủy. Giờ bắt đầu ông nghĩ đến cái Nguyên Thái và tôi với ông Chính về cao thủy, cái nhà thờ nó đúng ở cổng nhà thờ Phúc Nhai luôn. Lúc đó ông tôi nó hai thằng thân nhau đó. Nó xong bắt đầu nó có cái có cái
S51 lại thành đấy. Kích đấy, kích
chạy về về
và 93 tôi đã có Nguyên Thái, tôi chạy rồi để tôi khai thác áo quý dừng ở luôn.
Lúc là trong
93 là cho đang có rồi nha.
Trong cái kèm cái thì
cảm thấy tôn lên sao? Đúng rồi.
Nguyên
kịch
người ta còn
Nguyên một quả
Nguyên Thái ở Nguyên là quả Windows với
Cậu lên cơm ạ.
Ăn cơm
dạ.
Cháu lấy bát nước của
Ở đây.
Còn ăn cơm đấy. Ngồi ăn bát cơm.
Ăn rồi.
Uống rượu đây.